pick is going to be Kalista. That's the first R of the 5s.
They are ready to go. The first one has already been chosen.
The Fellowship of the Rs.
The Fellowship of the Rs. It sounds like a really low-budget pirate crew, but no, it's CLG's composition that they're looking to just turn into a straight team fight death ball. Does Golden Guardians have the answer? That's the question we have to ask ourselves, my friend.
Oh, the first pick is going to be the Renekton, very likely for solo in the top lane, who has been on weak side duty for the squad.
Whoa.
Oh, the burly bros.
It's meatball time, Raz. Are you ready for some meatball?
I don't think the Kalista is ready. If you're looking across the draft, you're seeing just
like, oh no, dude.
flash R, or at least the flash W from the Renekton. The bear that's literally just hopping straight for you.
With a Divine Sunder, just going to rip your head off and then eat it in front of, well, I would say in front of you, but he's already eaten your head, so there's nothing left to even see it with. The violence is just too grotesque. Braum locked in here next to the Kalista. They're saying, all right, she's obviously got to be protected. No, I doubt they're locking that in. That wouldn't make any sense.
But you know, counter logic.
True.
But the Braum being added,
now that makes
there
sense.
It is. It's the Akali.
That makes sense.
That's the Akali. But the Braum being added in is interesting. It is a kind of a reversal in a sense, playing a different play style. You can engage with the Braum. It's just very awkward. So it's allowing you to kite back a little bit more. So there is a defensive element for CLG's gameplay. The fact that you can hide in the Shroud, of course. You can try and look to proc Braum passive. Let's see if it's the only AD carry or auto attacker within this squad that can help out that Kalista. Interesting to see going into 4-5 for CLG.
Okay, we got LeBlanc versus Akali. That's going to be fun. Health bars ought to be popping all throughout this game. What are the bans going to look like from here? Rek'Sai banned away. Not a super common ban, you see, but hey, that's Golden Guardians' read on this draft.
True. And hey, who knows what their inner scrim knowledge is of what we're seeing being played from Broxah. And this is just a new meta. We've seen enough games now throughout the day where we're seeing consistent assassins being played mid. Like the LeBlanc just seems to be that strong and powerful for both teams. Like all teams in this league has recognized that LeBlanc is just a powerhouse. And so you're getting very naturally more, volatile matchups mid. Lee Sin's going back into the jungle. I mean, in this game, not. But in general, we are seeing like just straight 2v2s being valued. So this is Golden Guardians very likely having the Volibear LeBlanc matchup. I'm interested to see what the jungler is going to be for CLG.
Okay, one more ban to go for Golden Guardians. Is it another jungler? No! Instead, they will look at the top lane and remove one of the more frustrating matchups there for solo.
Yeah, it makes sense. On top of that is a good teamfight ultimate GP alongside Braum passive. Would just be really annoying for Golden Guardians if they want to get an engage off with the Volibear. Remember the previous game that we saw from Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest when it was solo, I believe, on the Volibear, and he was just getting his butt kited. I was very close on that one. Getting his butt kited.
The Friday show goes later than all the other shows.
Yeah.
Like 7 o'clock. You gotta stay focused, buddy.
True.
You gotta stay focused. Razor sharp.
Casual vocabulary not allowed. But yeah, the Volibear was not having a good time versus Ezreal Rumble. But in this game, it's also going to be a pretty difficult one going up against the Braum. Recognize that takes the GP out of the way.
Okay, we got the Rakan banned out from CLG as the final ban of theirs here for this draft, targeting 2 supports with him and the Thresh, as Golden Guardians pick up the Kaisa here for Stixxay to dive in with the Volibear, with the Renekton, with the LeBlanc. Everybody goes in together.
It's a deja vu from the previous game. We saw Cloud9 was able to get the Kalista into the Kaisa in the same area, right? And it just wasn't good for the Kaisa. The Kaisa is recognizing that she's going to be in a pretty bad matchup. At least this time, you have your pick of the litter for your supports. So you know you're going up against a Braum. Want to see what that's going to be. A Trundle locked in.
Trundle.
Nice.
Okay. So this is also very scary for those meatballs on the other side because remember, Subjugate makes you not so meaty.
Yeah, there's that. Of course, like just looking directly at the Volibear. Going to make Volibear's life hard. But also, it's Trundle Braum, which is a very, very kind of positional-based type of composition. Passive comp, in a sense that if they're walking into you, the Trundle Pillar, the Braum Q, it's very much getting your allies in a strong position to team fight front to back, and that's going to be the lock-in of the Ryze there for CLG.
Okay, with Ryze locked in, I'm expecting that to be Pobelter's champion and then Akali to be played top by Finn. Let's see if Golden Guardians really want to lock in this Rell pick. I'm not going to lie to you, Raz. After the last nerfs that hit her, I forgot she was a champion in the game.
Yeah, I haven't seen Rell in too damn long. It's just really rough to see, but that's going to be the team fight ultimate that they're looking for there for Chime.
So we have an entire composition of just dive into them from Golden Guardians. And from CLG, we have some very powerful anti-dive options. Kalista kites you. Braum creates incredible zone defense with his shield and his ulti. Trundle just throws up that stupid popsicle and says, nope, can't walk here. So that means that CLG's got to be on point with those abilities to stop Golden Guardians from steamrolling like they want to.
There's going to be a little bit of criticism for GG's bot side, knowing that they got the Kaisa into the Kalista, and it also made it difficult for Chime to also find a support that would really coincide with the Kaisa. So you're going to have to go for a tank, and you're picking a tank engaged support going up against a Braum and a Trundle.
You don't sound like a fan, my friend.
I am not a fan at all. So I think it's going to be really hard for the Kaisa and the Rell to actually get into a team fight. Kaisa maybe not so much. If he does get set up with a Volibear Q on a target, you can always just ulti into the fight. So that's not going to be hard. It's more so Rell finding a positive fight, but I mean, at least it's a very clear team fight identity for Golden Guardians.
Right. You can look at the comp, you can look at the 5 champions and say, I know exactly how they want to play this game, right? So let me ask you this then.
Give it to me.
Golden Guardians has all 5 of these champions that they all just want to lower their heads and run at you. So for CLG, are they just going to wait for Golden Guardians to lower their heads and run at them and then just pull the cape out of the way and ram them into the wall? Or is CLG going to be playing this proactively themselves?
I think CLG is going to just wait it out, and I think that's the way they want to play it out. I think it's a little weird when you see the Kalista come in as first pick, and then the immediate pivot towards the Braum Trundle side, right? You really usually expect a little bit more range in your composition, but the Ryze is going to be in a pretty good spot. You know, there is some lockdown from not just the Rune Prism, but also Kalista Ultimate. So if they want to start a fight, it's not as if they don't have the option.
Right, but it's just more limited.
Exactly, more limited. This is an interesting level 1 I haven't seen very much of.
Okay, we've got Smoothie top lane with Finn.
Usually the response for something like this, because Solo, if he doesn't see the full members, he's going to walk out immediately. It's Chime walking in as a response, because you expect full 5 members going topside. So in Chime's eyes, he thinks getting a counter ward is positive, but he's actually playing this one very passively. That's interesting, because I think most situations in a level 1, when you send out 2 people, when you say, he could be still. But yeah, most situations, if you go for a top lane invade like that, it's 4 people at least doing it. And then you get an immediate response from the enemy team going in and getting a ward on a Raptor camp. But this was the case where it didn't happen. It was a smart idea for CLG, but it didn't pan out.
Okay, Braum just got executed by the Black Spear down there. He comes back to life now. He's good to go, bound up to Kalista. Now let's see what our junglers are going to do here this game. They are starting on opposite sides of the map, so that means they won't be running into each other for a Scuttle Crab fight. But instead, they might be able to affect opposite ends of things depending on who is pushing. That means Stixxay and Chime are going to have to be very mindful of where Broxah paths. And that also means that up there in the top lane, Finn will have to be respectful that Iconic is working his way up there.
Yeah, and I think my eyes are just on towards Iconic to see, because you're right. You know, in a game like this, action might not come through just because of how the junglers are pathing. But Volibear, aligned with a LeBlanc, is going to look for an opportunity on a mid gank. Even if it is just to take away Flash from Pobelter, it sets up for another play. You know, Chime can come in as well if he wants to. Those are 2 very clear angles there for Golden Guardians if Volibear wants to look for a gank mid.
And a quick reminder to everybody watching from home, or maybe you're not watching from home. Maybe watching isn't an option. Maybe listening is more exactly what you want to be doing for this one. And we got the sauce for that too. The audio-only cast of the games is available through our official audio partner of League Day. Be sure to check them out as well. If you're stuck in a boring work meeting, maybe you're supposed to be paying attention to something your parents are telling you, but you want to listen to League of Legends instead. All sorts of useful options that we definitely don't encourage bad behavior with, although we kind of do.
Hey, I love myself you know, audio broadcasts in general. I always listen to Hockey Night in Canada if I'm on a driving back home, you know, playoff time. Just being able to listen to it if you're on your way back home or something like that is always nice. So it's nice being able to see that here in the LCS.
Exactly, man. We're moving one step closer, just step by step, to being like full-time mainstream sports. There just happens to have an E in front of it. Yeah. But we happen to have a jungle with a Volibear in it. Now let's see if they really want to go for the dive here, because that can be pretty difficult with an Akali as the target. Finn's just going to kite him around. A teleport's coming out. What in the world? It's musical chairs around the turret. Golden Guardians go for the dive, and they get first blood. Finn is dead, and they get away with the crime.
Was Shroud on cooldown is my question, because for them to look for a dive so confidently on towards a full HP Akali there, you would have to believe that they were just confident that they can make the kill happen, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, got the Shroud down super late. I'm just going to have to give the benefit of the doubt there, because that was a setup it felt like out of nowhere. So it worked out for Golden Guardians. I mean, in the previous game that they had, their dive was just that damn good. Was able to get an advantage there for AblazeOlive. In this case, TP comes through from Golden Guardians. They wanted to make it happen. I think Finn was just waiting to see if anything comes down on towards him so he can respond with a Shroud. Let's just see what the first auto was. All right.
Time. Oh, Smoothie, are you dead, buddy? No, he is alive. WildTurtle makes sure that he blocks the last winner's bite there. There's no way they can get the kill on him, but damn, was it close.
I wonder if it was Burger flipped into the tower or something, because that hurt. That was his full HP on that one.
Yeah, Smoothie's not looking too great down here. Has to head back to base, heal up a little bit. Meanwhile, back in top lane, it looked for a second like we might have an impromptu lane swap with Pobelter teleporting up there, but the initial lanes have been restored. Solo goes in, goes right back out. Broxah was there for the punish if he decided to try to stick around a little bit longer. Okay, they see him. Here he comes. Where's the popsicle? Nope. All right, never mind. No popsicle. Pobelter, though, he's not feeling too good. Iconic grabbing the second kill of the game for
That was
Guardian.
the gank we're looking for, and that was using a flash as well. We didn't get to see it, of course, because there are too many damn plays happening on the map at the same time. But Iconic was able to get a flash stun on towards Pobelter, getting it, and he died anyways while having flash down. So just great understanding. Flash timers there for Pobelter to make the job happen.
Yep, and I love Iconic going for this sheen first. Gives you so much more burst in these quick trades, right? Volibear, of course, the W applies on hits, so you just press the button. It does more damage than it otherwise would. Great purchase there. So let's see if CLG can find a way to counterpunch this Raz, because honestly, Golden Guardian's looking good.
Yeah, looking real good. And this is going to be a hard part here. Pobelter wants to be able to get his wave in, and Chime is just going to try and hold it and try and set up for another play before his flash comes back up. So, you know, it's been a somewhat slow game here, but Golden Guardians have a great idea how to play the rest of this one out.
And Finn's just going to keep trying to farm up however he can, but man, the state of the game is 20 CS against 40, and Solo has just as many to farm up.
And you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Pobelter looking towards Liz laners. Help me! I need this wave unfrozen!
Okay, CLG coming in, trying to help out a little bit. And you can see AblazeOlive taking a little bit of damage, but he'll back away just in time. He'll be all right. As Finn is not so all right here in the top lane.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just setting up for a dive top lane, but Iconic.
Here comes the popsicle. Here comes the Ryze. Here comes the cavalry, and there goes the bear. CLG are on the board.
They're looking for a fight here, a clap back from Golden Guardians.
Okay, Solo's decided to go in. He commits the flash. They get the first kill. Will they find the second? Finn has to flash over the wall just to stay alive. The smoke would not save him there, so Golden Guardians make it a 1-for-1.
All right, and I actually favored this here for Golden Guardians, because now that wave should be missed out here from Pobelter. Is not going to be able to have TP for this one. So overall, a great clapback. AblazeOlive came in late, of course, recognizing, hey, you know what, our jungler died really early on, but maybe we can make more out of this.
Exactly. 2-0-1 here on the LeBlanc. Full kill participation, feeling real good about the state of the game.
All right, so Ryze is going to be able to take the full minion wave, so he doesn't lose too much off of that one, but still, good to see from Golden Guardians being able to take a few extra kills in general, keeping up an advantage in this game. But this all started with Iconic seeing that chunk on the Akali in the top lane, and so he thinks this is an easy dive. CLG recognize this and are just there immediately. So the only thing you can say for Iconic there is just being a little bit more suspicious with a Ryze not on the map. Just pretty much it. But a flash coming through from Solo makes it easy for AblazeOlive to come in and help him out. So kill does go over to AblazeOlive. It's going to feel good for him.
Yep, and I love how they just camp the smoke. They're like, there's nowhere for him to go.
Yep.
You can see AblazeOlive's on the right side area. You can see Solo's on the top side. He had to flash out there, otherwise he's dead.
And now take a look at the game state. 2 kills towards the LeBlanc. Has a bit of a CS advantage, but overall the power advantage is what's important. Then you look towards the top lane, and it's just a huge CS deficit there for the Akali. No flash, of course, because of the play that we just saw, and he has been getting chunked out every time we pan our camera up towards the top side of the map. So it's going to be a hard one here for CLG, just based off the top side alone.
Okay, Chime has to jump back over the wall to get to the safety of his teammate. Finn, at least, hey, the wave is crashing. He'll be able to pick these up, farm whatever he can here. But he is a level behind Solo, who is honestly very comfortable in his own right here in this lane.
Yeah, a lot of this happened because of that top lane dive that succeeded here from Golden Guardian.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get worse here because now you can see that the Volibear is top side. He's going to try and put down some wards and just make it so it's going to be Olive having a clear line of vision towards the top lane. So Finn is just going to be punished a little harder. Let's see what ends up happening here, though.
Okay, AblazeOlive taking Pobelter down to about 1/3 HP. And when you're at 1/3 HP against LeBlanc, it's time to go home. You got nowhere else to go except the graveyard. So Pobelter now rotating over here into their own jungle. The blue buff has spawned, and Golden Guardians are on the hunt. Volibear's got the level 6. He can jump over the wall and do whatever needs to be done. Blue buff will be pulled back in there, and Iconic just smites it away. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Finn's coming in.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Nope, you definitely don't.
You don't want to do that.
Nope, he does want to do that. Okay, Solo slicing and dicing back away. It don't matter.
This is a messed up episode of Animal Planet. You got a bear and a crocodile walking here in your jungle and got to get out of there. But Broxah is going to try for this now, just at least because that he feels confident. Smoothie coming up here. Going to have a numbers advantage for a little while, but I think they're actually going to try and fight for this. Golden Guardians also sent Chime here at the same time, but it might be too late.
Okay, AblazeOlive's making his way up here first. He's got the Rell attachment for a little bit of extra CC if he jumps in. Solo's coming down to help him. Okay, Golden Guardians are just saying thanks for the leash, boys. Easy Rift Herald here. They'll walk in and take it.
That was just a great presence of mind there. Chime coming in at a perfect opportunity, knowing that that could happen. So sending him up just in case. So what looked like a great play from CLG, bringing up Smoothie. I mean, GG read them like a book.
Dude, this is a 2,500 gold lead 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Golden Guardians loving this.
It just seemed like they're getting better and better throughout the split. A lot of his focus has just been around Solo, but looking at Iconic and AblazeOlive, I'd say that they're the best of the improvements across the team.
The dog pile is making its way up top yet again, and Finn is like, nope, can't do nothing about this, gotta walk away. Chime's even got the ulti now, so with that Magnet Storm being ready to threaten a huge engage, they have to be even more respectful. Goodbye, Mr. Turret. We will not know you any longer. Look at the gold chart on the side of your screen. It's AblazeOlive, 1,200 gold ahead of anybody on the side of CLG. Solo is right behind him, and then number 3 is their own jungler.
It's insane what Golden Guardians are doing in this game. And it's just happening, textbook stuff that you're seeing on the top side of the map, because they've been building that vision control at top side for so long. They knew that they were going to look for a pick on towards Finn for a long time. They didn't get the kill, but in the end of the day, they had to push him off. He had to walk away, I mean. Got the turret top side, got Rift Herald, all these things. And now Golden Guardians are just in the driver's seat.
All right, Raz, I'm going to put you in a hard spot here.
All right.
If you're CLG, what the hell is the play? You're 4,000 gold down at 11 minutes. Something's got to happen here.
Hey, at least one strong side of their map is WildTurtle.
Okay.
WildTurtle on his Kalista, not only is he on an engaged champion, but I feel like he's in a good position going up against Stixxay. And another thing to take note of, I think this is not the matchup that you want here. Just going to put that out there, WildTurtle.
Okay.
But also, I mean, they do have a lot of good lockdown for Kaisa. So if it is going to be Ryze that's matching her, in the end of the day, that you can always try and look for that pick on towards her. Another thing is the semi-global. You can make use of the Ryze as well, trying to find a pick on the opposite side of the map. So you can try and break their ankles. I think that would be an opportunity.
Okay, so first mythic item of the team for CLG completed there with Trundle's Frostfire Gauntlet, so taking a tanky approach. Remember, Trundle is one of those champions that traditionally can also use Sheen-type items, so I was kind of curious, are we going to just get the Bonk Lord Divine Sunderer Trundle that just beats the snot out of you with a stick? We're not. He's going to be tankier instead. It will be Divine Sunderer Volibear, though, which means Iconic is going to be jumping in and doing incredible damage.
Hell yeah. And he's going to have that Rell tether on top of him. You know, we haven't seen Rell violence so long that you forget about the combination that comes with it.
Yep.
Like, you get that Volibear ultimate on top of someone's head and the follow-up stun. LeBlanc also can run wild. It's these type of things that you're like, okay, I kind of forgot this existed.
Well, now they're going to be in for a grim reminder if CLG does not respect that. AblazeOlive will still have plenty of time to put in some more work onto these plates down here. Picks up the first one, no problem. Only about 1 minute left before all those plates fade away, so Golden Guardians wants to pad their pockets as much as they can between now and then. WildTurtle's there in position to stop it. Stixxay's been rotated over to mid, and Pobelter, even though he's a couple levels up, he just doesn't really have a lot of presence right now. The early game hasn't gone great for him, so hey, it's his job to catch the wave. Yeah,
and that feels like it's going to be not only just his job, but it's going to be Finn's job as well. There's just no pressure on the side of CLG to really make anything happen off their own lanes. WildTurtle will be the only one, but he's matching AblazeOlive, so he doesn't even want to be on the same like hemisphere with him. And the worst thing too, with this kind of composition, Trundle and Braum, if you literally don't have the pressure there, you're never going to regain it. You don't have the CC lockdown for anybody, like if you're face checking a bush. You're just going to walk in and at least, you're not going to die instantly because you are pretty chunky. If you're losing a flash, you're going to be losing a chunk of your HP. You're not going to be in a good position for a team fight. So overall, it just sucks from the perspective of CLG. Being down 4K, not having the presence around Dragon. It's going to be a little bit, like 3 minutes until Dragon comes up, but they really need to find an answer.
It's a tough spot to be, my friend. Solo just continues running the show up here in top lane as well. You could see Finn just now hitting level 10 here on the Akali, as AblazeOlive already level 11 there on LeBlanc, so at least a full level ahead of that enemy laner. And thank you very much to the people behind the scenes. Never mind, we got ourselves a fight. CLG's going all the way underneath the turret. WildTurtle's got the kill in a Stixxay, but Solo's coming in from behind, and they're looking to mop him up. AblazeOlive's gone on a killing spree. Solo's staying alive. He's walking away, and CLG will fall to pieces. It is an ace for one for the Golden Guardians.
They knew they were on a timer, at least wanted to get another kill on the word Solo had single-digit HP. They couldn't get the job done, and the swift collapse from Golden Guardian. What a damn good Rell ultimate we got to see there from Chime.
Golden Guardians, man, they might have lost their AD carry, but it did not matter. Here's another look at the Bud Light ace.
Just take a look at the minimap. Like, they do not have control here, but they want to get the quick kill on towards Stixxay. That was their play to get back into this game. But it took so long, flashed underneath turret, and now WildTurtle and Smoothie are in no man's land here. Take a look at this. This here from Chime to be able to get in this
so good
4-man ultimate was just... It put the nail in the coffin, man.
His name might be Chime, man, but everybody's bells are just ringing in their ears now. CLG, they got it. Just the look on Solo's face. We've all been there before when the enemy team runs it down. You're just like, oh, you know,
all right, we take those,
sure,
man.
Okay. Plus 17. Let's go. Like, that's one of those moments there. Honestly, it's 15 minutes into the game, but barring a major error from Golden Guardians, I'm struggling to see the entry point back into this game for CLG.
Yes. And even with like a pretty late, Dragon pickup, so Soul is not really going to feel like it's going to be a game decider this game.
Yeah.
It's just these fights for Rift Herald or even just like for Vision that's happening here, or a play for CLG to get some gold into their pockets. Golden Guardians are playing a respectful game. Of course, this is a bottom of the table like matchup between both teams, but this is something that we've seen from Golden Guardians for the past few weeks now.
And okay, Rift Herald's just going to be used here in mid. Hey, the turret's already low. It's second Rift Herald. It'll do a ton of damage. Take out that tier 1 just on its own.
All right.
There you go. Looks like Solo and Chime will walk it. Oh, nope, they won't walk it all the way up there. CLG will destroy that before it gets the second charge off, but Golden Guardian still with an over 7,000 gold lead here. AblazeOlive also with a Medjai's Soul Stealer, had 8 stacks in the Dark Seal, said, hey, why not? It makes sense with the way this game is going. He's at 75% kill participation, no deaths. Not really in any danger of getting any anytime soon, so why not?
This is just that type of game.
It's one of those games, buddy.
Yep.
It is one of those games.
CLG just turning their pockets inside out when Golden Guardians roll up. It says, okay, you can take our turret, you can take this dragon, you can take our red buff, you can take anything. Just let us live.
That's the trade.
That's the trade deal. The civilization trade deal that you instantly say no to if you're Golden Guardians.
It's just like, nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, we're gotta keep doing what we're doing here.
We can have all the stuff and kill you.
There we go.
That's a better deal.
Yep. Anybody that plays Civ 6, that's just one of those things where you're just destroying them in a war, and you're like, oh, you making this trade deal now? How about hell no?
Just burning all the towns down. Can I trade you 3 2x4s and a sheep for you to leave me alone? No.
Just buying for time.
Absolutely not. We're going to push in these lanes, going to win this game. Golden Guardians looking for even more now. AblazeOlive jumping in on Pobelter, but not quite landing the chains like he wanted to, so jumps right back out.
And as you can see here on good old mini-map, I mean, you're literally seeing them on the screen, actually. I ain't got to do that. Chime and Iconic are just going to pick another fight.
Yep, Chime is already going into the back lines, man. He is setting them up for Golden Guardians to knock them down, but it don't quite work the way they want it to. Not coordinated enough. Didn't have everybody there to get the kills.
I just kind of thought that CLG would let them take full control of their blue side jungle, but CLG are testy right now. They're just like, no, we are going to try and stop you instantly. Tried to fight him off, of course, when that control ward was being picked off, but Golden Guardians are pulling the trigger the moment they see it.
Yep. Golden Guardians definitely feeling it in this game, and hey, man, they ought to be. They've earned themselves this 8,000 gold lead here early on. CLG struggling to hang on here. Pobelter defending underneath the tier 2 turret. Level 12 on the Ryze. Has his Everfrost done, but that's about it. Finn versus Solo. Not a very close matchup. Finn had to use the ulti there, and Solo's still got about 90% health.
Oh my god. I feel bad for anybody that's looking through that POV of Finn. All game long has just been oppressed.
Oh boy, here comes the bear. Look out over there. Goodbye, Pobelter. Hello, AblazeOlive. Hello, more pages in the book.
There we go. This is what you like to see there. Slowly being built up, but we take those here for LeBlanc. Getting there, getting closer to that 25 mark.
9,000 gold, 19 minutes into the game. 9,000 gold. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And there ain't much you can do about it. Once again, another game where it feels like a catastrophic error here needs to be made here from Golden Guardians.
Yeah.
For CLG to find a way in. And it comes a little bit back towards the composition. And when you see the Kalista immediately, I like the response from Golden Guardians to go straight into the meat shield of Volibear and Renekton. But then when they go into the Braum, the Trundle instantly, you start to feel for the Kalista there. You don't really see what her identity is. Because she really wants to be able to find those picks, but there's not follow-up CC to really make it possible. So, you know, I put out that asterisk in the early portions of the game that's like, it's interesting. But I want to see like if there's a way that they can play it out. But it just looks tough, and now Golden Guardians are just picking it apart.
Especially with a champion like LeBlanc. If there was ever a game to be 9,000 gold up before 20 minutes and just run around doing whatever the hell you want to do, why not do it on a champion that makes your death recap, say, 2,000 damage in 0.67 seconds? That's the best kind of way to be ahead because it means you're only going to get more ahead. And Golden Guardians are just having a grand old time here in CLG's jungle. Place down some wards, kill some enemy wards. It doesn't really matter. What are they going to do about it?
And true. The only thing that I'm interested in the fact is this book being built up from AblazeOlive, Majai Soulstealer. It's slower than A Song of Ice and Fire, that conclusion. It feels like we're getting too long to get to that promised land.
As long as it still ends better than Season 8 of Game of Thrones did, honestly, any ending would be better than that. That was the worst thing of all time. And now, we'll see if CLG can hold on down here a little bit better than Game of Thrones held on in its final season. Because they are up against some insurmountable odds, my friend. Golden Guardians clearing out all the wards, just padding the vision score a little bit there, slap the zombie wards around. Tier 2 turrets under some pressure here. AblazeOlive jumps forward, but honestly, when a LeBlanc is this fed, just a distortion forward is one of those things you got to jump back a little bit. You got to be ready, you know, because at any point, it could be that second distortion coming in too.
The pathing that WildTurtle had to take to get and join the team, that's the reason why.
All right, here we go. Fight's already going off. Goodbye to Broxah. Chime's taking a lot of damage here from the tier 2 turret, but Solo's still going to be tanking up now. They're turning their aggro over onto the turret now. Oh, Finn goes in and he grabs one, but that's all he's going to get. Nice shutdown coming out there. At least give CLG something, but they're still losing the fight. Stixxay wants to go in for more, but it's AblazeOlive picking up the double kill as Golden Guardians continue to run over the game.
That was as best as CLG could place it. Even that perfect execution, drawing straight through 2 people, close to being an instant double kill.
Yep.
But got poked out right immediately when he went straight for it. And then flash bunk in the head from AblazeOlive. He's just that damn powerful. Wow, what a sad play. And yeah, Kalista had to take the long route to join her team. And so Golden Guardians recognized that, went straight for a fight. WildTurtle really couldn't find an opportunity to get in there. And by the time, he does join, that's an instant death for Broxah. That's why I look towards the Akali as they start, chipping at the Renekton, seeing how close it was to just pick up these 2 kills. It still would have been a 2-for-1. The problem is the follow-up there. Here comes AblazeOlive, knows that he can get the instant kill on towards WildTurtle.
Pop. Where'd he go?
It is just that type of game.
Where'd he go? It's a magic trick.
He gone.
You remember that scene in The Dark Knight where he shows him the magic trick with the pencil on the table? That's what that was. It was just a pencil. Not fun. 247 damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
From Trundle in the last team fight.
Oh, you meant that one. I thought you were talking. Never mind.
No. I was talking about the Trundle. I was
looking at the 2,700 damage from LeBlanc.
No, I was looking at the other one. And Golden Guardians are looking at the enemy top laner. He tried to flash over the wall. He tried to use the perfect execution. It don't matter. Now, Smoothie is honestly... Yeah, and it always feels really rough when you have to say this. He's in his own jungle.
Yep.
He's in dangerous territory. He's got to be very, very careful here because Golden Guardians are just going straight for the bear, and it don't matter. They're doing it on top of Scuttle Crab Vision. Pobelter's down there in the bottom lane. CLG knows they can't fight for this, so they're getting whatever they can, and whatever they can is a tier 1 turret.
Yeah, tier 1 turret for a Baron. I mean, that's literally the best trade you can make because everything in the top set of the map is no man's land. So you got to do what you can here. That's actually 3 members here. I think the best thing you can probably do is place a ward here if you are CLG, like it's any TP ward, right? Just so you can at least find another angle in this game.
Yeah.
Because I would say my favorite kind of meta in League of Legends, probably 2018, 2017, like the old Team WE, that if they are far behind, they start thinking, okay, place a TP ward near the pixel bush bot lane, these type of things where it's like, okay, if they do start charging down in the lane that we expect them to, then we can find that one fight to claw our way back into the game. You just have to be that creative here.
I mean, it's your only option, right? What besides a YOLO teleport flank is going to give you a fight that's actually winnable? You even pointed it out in the last one. Akali got the perfect execution on 2 targets. It's just not enough, right?
Enough.
It's just not enough. You're so far behind at this point. 11,000 gold at 25 minutes. Your opponents have under 3 minutes before they get the Mountain Soul, which will just make them completely unkillable. And Golden Guardians pushing down bot.
The down goes 1 ward. Oh, no, they're going to find the other one. This is the TP ward. Oh, they found it. Wait, come back for it, please. Come back. What are you guys doing now? Kill that damn ward. Well, at least now they know the ward exists.
It's there.
There it is.
Maybe they're just daring CLG to use it.
Nah, they just said put down the control ward just to be able to pick off that TP flank ward. There's another one being placed down. This is just the Game Awards.
Yep.
I prefer this one rather than the Game of Thrones.
Well, we've got 24 pages in the book.
There it is.
One
close.
more page to go, and it is complete. We've got another ward up there in the pixel brush,
too far off.
up there in the river out in Timbuktu, but you're going to teleport to that, and then you're going to spend 500 miles walking all the way to bot lane. Solo shoving in mid here towards that tier 2. Got the Baroned up Cannon Minion doing a little bit of work. Still over a minute left on this Baron. Holy cow, dude. Smoothie. I didn't even see what hit him. But I'm guessing it was LeBlanc.
It probably was the LeBlanc. Probably just went Q, ulti, W or something like that. Yeah, the ultimate was used from the LeBlanc, so it's probably just a full burst cycle.
Well, he's healed up. He's back out here. Okay, this is CLG's last-ditch defense. They yeet Smoothie in there, but now he is just automatically dead. The health bars are going to pop before I can even say the words. CLG's walking back to the base. Broxah falls over to Stixxay. They will not find a single kill, and CLG falls to the Golden Guardians as they get the Bud Light ace to end the game.
Golden Guardians came in with a goal, a game plan around Captain AblazeOlive and the 2 meatballs. and the Meatballs took the victory.
Yup, the Volibear, the Renekton.
At a 3-1, I guess, if you want to look towards the bot lane, the Rell that we haven't seen in ages. Great job overall from the team.
I mean, Golden Guardians had a plan. From draft, they were saying, okay, everybody pick something that's going to go in. And then we saw them literally level 3 dive Akali, which is one of those champions that I normally look at and think, okay, if you're trying to dive this champion, it's an int because of the smoke screen. It even looks sketchy at the start as they're playing musical chairs. They time it out, they wait for the TPs, boom, insta-pop, disengage, and from there it was off to the races.
It's one of those things where, you know, if you have that POV perspective of what actually happened there, the investigation, like did he use his shroud before getting underneath turret? Like was it on cooldown? Things like that where I would love to know because there was too many fights happening that we didn't actually get to see the replay.
Yep.
Because like overall, this is like the second week now where I see a Golden Guardians dive and I expect the Golden Guardians win off that dive. They've been doing a great job in their early game.
Yeah, for Golden Guardians, this was an awesome win, right? We were talking about how both these teams are towards the bottom of the standings.
Yeah.
You got to be able to beat the other guys around you. Well, hey, they made that look easy.
Yes, they did. Textbook League of Legends, you need to have that if you want to start making the climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look step by step. I know people, you ask the players, they're like, oh, we don't look at the standings. We rather not. We just got to focus on what's ahead of us.
One game
right?
at a time.
Exactly. And so for me, as an analyst, I can look at the standings. Like, I was like, I don't give a damn. Black Quest is next, all right? So, like, you gotta get, like, I think if you look at the teams that are above them, it's very doable at this rate of growth to, like, spearhead yourself into the playoffs.
Right. Playoffs is top 8. They can absolutely make that. You already brought up earlier in the day, we got 9 weeks. You're playing 3 games per week. That's plenty of game time left. If Golden Guardians can keep drafting these types of compositions, keep knowing what they're doing heading into the game, and then execute on it, hey, good stuff.
There we go. And take a look at that player of the game from solo on his Renekton. That was a huge advantage that he was able to accrue. 55% forward percentage.
Oh, yeah. And we got to see Finn's Akali just never be able to have anything to say about it, right?
Yeah.
In that side lane, doesn't matter. If the Croc is coming at you, you can't do much about it when he's that far ahead.
He literally couldn't play the game, the Akali.
Yeah, he's just stuck.
The dive happened topside, a huge CS difference that was going to happen. Of course, they were constantly pressuring towards his lane, and he was just sitting in that pixel bush topside, waiting for the wave to come into him for the rest of the game.
If you're a top laner that recently lost a game of solo queue to a Fed Akali, you can watch this VOD back as some therapy.
There it is.
That one will help you out a little bit, feel a little bit better about the state of things, because Renekton just got to run free. And even, hey, if nothing else, Solo deserves player of the game just for the reaction cam after the ace in the bottom lane. Just like, well, okay, guys. Good enough.
100%. You see that play, he's like, okay. Great win for him, for Solo. Much needed for Golden Guardians of the men.
Absolutely. And with that, we're heading over to the stage with the Tigress. And